Hey babes. Getting ready to share this over in my other groups. It's Monday. It's Mindset Monday. Are you excited? We're talking about how to turn your biggest fear or your biggest struggle into your strength. And I plan on blowing your mind. But first, hey Kiara, I've got to hop on over here and share this in EI. If it will cooperate. Ooh, Erin's here. You ready for your mind to be blown? Badass. Hang on. I'm really excited about this week. Because what I did was I posted in the Entrepreneur Incubator first, and I asked you guys to tell me some of your biggest struggles or your biggest fears, because I specifically want to work on those, right? I want to give you stuff you can use right now. If I can do that through my stuffy nose, that'd be great. Just saying. And everybody came up with the same one, which kind of blew my mind. It's kind of silly, but we can use that. It's totally fine. Everything that I teach, hey Bethany, everything I teach, no matter if it's a business strategy or a mindset strategy or how to get past a fear or how to feel more empowered, it starts with one main principle, which is the following. You and you alone are responsible for everything in your world. So, if you don't like something, it's your own fault. Tanuja's here, Lynn's here, Rick's here. Hey Rick, how are you? This includes not just your environment, your physical environment. Hey Fiona. But also your thoughts and feelings, the person that you married, the people that are in your life. Monique just got home. Thank you for joining. It includes how much money you have or don't have. It includes your house, your car, your partner, everything. If you, Khalud's here, hello, Catherine's here. If you woman up, so to speak, or man up, as the case may be, and commit to taking responsibility for that, then shit starts to change, right? Oh, Stacy's here. Stacy, God, I love you. I miss you. I miss you so much. So everything I teach starts with that. You can call it taking 100% responsibility. I call it radical responsibility, but it starts there. If you understand that and accept that, then we can move forward. And I can teach you some really cool shit that'll blow your mind, like today. If you don't understand that, or you don't believe that, then what I'm about to tell you is not going to help you at all. Just giving it to you straight, like I always do. Hey Elaine, how are you? So, when I posted in the Entrepreneur Incubator and asked you guys to let me know what one of your biggest fears or struggle was, everybody kept saying it was about showing up. And then I did some coaching calls today, and it was the same theme. I'm really not going gangbusters. I'm really not putting myself out there. Over and over again. Hello, see you soon. Yes. And it always comes down to one thing, which is the fear of criticism or judgment or haters or whatever it might be. But it's based on fear. Vanessa's here. Autumn's here. I'm so glad to see you guys. So I'm going to walk you through this concept first, and then I'm going to walk you through how to apply it to that specific thing. Oh, Erin's here too. Hi, honey. It was so good to talk to you today and hear your voice. And then, oh, Adriana's here. Then we're going to walk through this specific fear about showing up. So you see not only how this works, but how to put it into practice for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to have many bouts of a hacking cough. I have zero control over it. We're 10 days into this damn illness. I've just decided that I'm working anyway because I can't stay in bed forever. And I apologize for the coughing. It's just what it is. All right, that being said, a fear or a struggle, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Yeah, they are. Hey, Kelly, how are you? A fear or a struggle is a thought. It's something that you perceive to be true. That's the first thing. So if we're working along the lines of what I just defined as radical responsibility. You have to recognize that that thought is something you're creating yourself. Yes, reunited, my love. I'm so glad to see you. You're creating it yourself. You are perceiving it. So therefore, it only exists if you say it does. That's the first thing. Now, I understand that if you're having a fear of spiders or snakes, or that you're going to die, or you're afraid of public speaking, or you're afraid to do a live stream like this, that feels really real. But I need you to understand at a really deep core level that you're creating it yourself by creating thoughts. And the thoughts usually go something like, what if they don't like what I have to say? What if they make fun of me because I'm in my bathrobe? I always do, I'm in my bathrobe. What if they criticize me because I smoke on my live stream? What if my hair's a mess? What if I have something on my face and I don't notice it? What if somebody disagrees with me and they start to bash me on my own live stream? And you get the idea. But the notion here is we scare ourselves right out of taking action. Radical responsibility says, I'm in charge of my thoughts. Therefore, I can change them at any time, right? So when you do choose to change a thought, and I will walk you through how to do this, Lynn says we feed fucking fear when we allow thoughts to fucking run away. Yeah, we do. But when you choose to change the thought, that immediately changes how you feel. And this will take some practice, and I will show you how to do this. But when you change how you feel, it immediately impacts what you do next, what action you take or don't take. The formula Jack Canfield teaches for this is called E plus R equals O. What that means is event plus response equals outcome. Life happens. Shit happens all around you every day that you have no control over. That would be E, the event. Plus R, your response. You totally get to choose how you're going to respond. If you're going to get pissed off, if you're going to get scared, if you're going to get sad. You choose that via what you think about it. You don't have to get upset. You don't have to be sad. Just because somebody does something doesn't mean you have to respond that way at all. And that equals the outcome. So what does this mean? It means that if you are aware or conscious of what you're doing, the patterns, the thoughts that you're feeding yourself, you can begin to change them and form a different response, which changes the outcome. People who have mastered this, it's called mindset, are truly unfuckable with. Nothing bothers them. They're some of the happiest, most grounded individuals on the planet, and they're usually the wealthiest because they don't buy into the negativity around them. They just move on and keep going. And their ability to continue to act and feel good means that they're doing things on their own behalf and making more money. And around we go, right? So, I got a wicked glare coming at me. I'm sorry, guys. If you choose thoughts that empower you, that lift you up, that inspire you, then you're going to feel good and you're going to do good shit. This is hard at the beginning, or it can be hard at the beginning when you're terrified of something. So again, when I went in the Entrepreneur Incubator today asking for topics, what do you want to talk about in Mindset Mondays live stream? What they all said was fear of putting myself out there, fear of showing up. So we'll use that one. I started to go down this path earlier. Lynn says, I dub you an honorary master psychologist. Thank you. You're teaching master shit at a whole new level, cognitive restructuring on steroids. You know, thank you. That means a lot to me. The number of psychology and neuroscience courses I have taken through edX, not to mention the amount of books I have poured through, I think I am a master psychologist. But I really appreciate you saying that. It does mean a lot to me, Lynn. Thank you. Okay, so you're afraid of putting yourself out there, and what happens is you start having thoughts. You start what-ifing yourself to death. What does that look like? Hey, Monique. It looks like, what if they laugh at me? What if they don't like what I have to say? What if I stumble over my words? What if I just did this? I have something on my face. What if somebody makes fun of me? What if nobody watches? What if nobody engages? Which happens all the time. It happens to me even. And around we go. right? Those are thoughts that you have chosen to think. Radical responsibility. If you catch yourself doing that, acknowledge that you have total control over your thoughts, which at that point you're scaring yourself. Well, then you can change them. So how do we change them? Well, let's start with the beginning. Number one, what if they don't like what I have to say? Okay, so what? Well, what if they don't like it and they leave me nasty comments? So what? What if that hurts my feelings? It's only going to hurt your feelings if you want it to. What if you just delete it and keep saying what you need to say? What if they don't like me live streaming in my bathrobe? Well, they can get the fuck off your page. Do you see how you can choose a different thought? When you're adept at recognizing the negativity you're feeding yourself, you can stop it before you even get to that point. And rather than having to refute each one, you can just choose a different train of thought entirely. What does that look like? Excuse me. Instead of, what will they think of me? What if they don't like me? What if they make fun of me? You what if in the other direction. What if they love me? What if this is the best and most popular live stream I've ever had? What if somebody bestows a huge compliment while everybody else is watching, like Lynn just did for me? What if one of the publishers that I've been trying to get my book in their house sees the live stream and loves what I have to say and finally answers the email I sent them about getting my book out? What if I hit 100,000 views on this one? You can choose which way you want to think. It's the only thing you have control over, right? We can't control what other people say or do, or what they think about us. And there's no sense in stressing about it if you can't change it. What can you change? The way you think. And if you change the way you think, it directly impacts how you feel. Now, ask yourself this. If you are beating on yourself all day about what you look like and the mistakes you make, and how you fuck everything up, how are you going to feel? Hey, Michelle. Oh, Lily's here too. You're going to feel like shit, right? Because when you beat on yourself, or if somebody else beats on you, it brings you down, your low vibe. But if you start to consciously choose to feed yourself good thoughts, like we just did, what if they love me? What if this is a really powerful shift? What if I touch even one person's life? And because of something they heard me say, they go and do a live stream and get 3 clients. It happens. It happens all the time. Could be even something bigger than that. I've had people, when I was a writer, send me messages that one guy said, I didn't kill myself last night because I ran over your blog and I found this post you wrote a year ago because I chose to show up. Happens every day. Start thinking about the good things that can take place instead of focusing on the bad. You can't control what other people are going to do. And chances are excellent that if you are in any public area long enough as an entrepreneur, you are going to piss people off. Not everybody is going to like you, but you don't have to care. That's the bottom line. It doesn't have to faze you at all. That's what the delete button's for. You just keep moving on. Lynn, thank you so much. Lauren says, I've been beating on myself big time and it shows in my life. Everything is so much more difficult. It's pretty crazy when you can see that energy clearly in your life. Yeah, it is. So, I'll give you an example of how fear talked me out of doing stuff too. And I'm going to make this pretty quick because I can feel it. I'm going to start coughing in a minute. For the longest time, I've been online for going on 10 years. I really wanted to do video, right? And this was back before Facebook live stream even existed, or Periscope, or any Snapchat, any of that stuff. I just wanted to start doing videos because I thought it would be a great way to deliver content. But I was obsessed with not looking good enough, that my office wasn't going to look good enough, that I needed to have this perfect status in order to put myself in front of the people I was meant to serve, right? So I took courses, I bought lights, I bought backdrops, I practiced doing these videos all the time, constantly. And in the end, I didn't do a single fucking video because it didn't matter what I bought or how much practice I did. All that mattered was that I needed to do it. I continued to spin thoughts of needing to be perfect and that people wouldn't like me or that they wouldn't respect me. And it did nothing but stop me in my tracks, right? So what changed? Well, a few things changed. The advent of Facebook Live, really hardcore and deep mindset work on my own behalf. And I just decided that I really didn't have to be afraid of criticism and judgment, that that was a story I was telling myself. And I kept doing it. And then one day I was sitting outside, I put on my sunglasses, I grabbed my phone, and I did my first live. And I didn't die. Nobody went bankrupt. Nobody was homeless. Nobody was starving. We're not curing cancer, right? And I realized I could choose to do that again and again and again. And every time I did it, I got more and more comfortable. Until I started doing them in my bathrobe, which is now my thing. Like, you guys hardly ever see me doing a live stream where I'm not in my bathrobe. And that's because it's where I'm most comfortable, right? Video does reveal those fears. And that's a good thing, because then you can face them and bust through them and see them for what they are. Self-fulfilled prophecy. Stop scaring yourself. You don't want to be scared, then change your thoughts. It's very simple. But you can choose to be you and know that that's okay. And you can do that simply by being a hell of a lot kinder to yourself with the way that you think. The analogy I use with my clients all the time is, if you had a kid who was learning to use the potty, you wouldn't criticize them, yell at them, scream at them, beat on them every time they made a mistake. You would help them create new ways to achieve that goal while supporting them and loving them and caring about them. So why do we beat the shit out of ourselves and then expect ourselves to do better? It's not congruent. It doesn't make any sense. You know, women, I think in particular, have a real hard time with self-acceptance. We want to be perfect. And if we can't be perfect, then we're going to procrastinate or just not do it at all. And that's a shame. Oh, Bruce is calling me. He's going to have to wait, though. It's a shame, because it keeps us from showing up as ourselves. It keeps us from sharing our gifts with the world. It keeps us from the success that we crave. And it doesn't have to be that way. So don't do that to yourselves. Lynn says, oh, thank you, Lynn. Much of the traditional therapy community hates me because I'm breaking out of the traditional way. Yeah, they're jealous because you're doing what you want and making money. Yeah, it is an opportunity. It absolutely is an opportunity. Inner Saboteur Catherine says, yeah, well, and women are really adept at this. I'm writing a book about it right now that has a working title. It's called How to Stop Giving a Shit. And it's for chicks for that reason, because we care so much about everything. We're obsessing, and all it's doing is making us miserable. And then we're afraid to say that we hate our lives because, you know, that would make us bad people. And we have all these wonderful things. Why don't we appreciate them? Oh my God, he's really gonna drive me crazy. Okay, ready? We're gonna answer together. Hello? I'm doing a live stream. Let me call you right back. Bye. He's at the hardware store. This is what it's like to do a live stream and be fucking real. In your bathrobe, at the kitchen table, with your husband at the hardware store, keeps calling you over and over again. It's not an emergency. Doesn't he know I'm doing Mindset Monday? Hello? I know, you guys would love that. Anyway, your fear, your struggle, how does that become your strength? Well, you recognize it as self-created. You choose to think a different thought, which makes you feel a different way, which makes you take action on your own behalf, which then becomes your strength. Because not only are you doing something on your own behalf, you're beginning to model what that looks like for other women around you. You get it? You got to go through it, come out the other side. You're a completely different person, and you're showing other women that they don't have to suffer. I think it's pretty radical. Yeah, you like that, Lynn? I don't know these men, what they're thinking. He's so funny. I'm glad you like it, Martha. Catherine, thank you. Yeah, everybody, I'll tell Bruce you guys said hi. That's pretty cool. Questions, comments, feedback, fears, struggles that you're dealing with, hit me in the comments. I'm happy to come back, and I always answer every question, so please do that. But I guess I better call him back at the hardware store and figure out what he needs. Be nice to yourselves, please. Be kind. be gentle, and start feeding yourself good thoughts. That is what will bring you the success that you crave. Okay? Love you too. Bye.